Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. Hope you are well. We are going to go and make a automatic dryer. What this is going to do is it's going to take us a little bit further along with a ultrasonic sensor, but this time this is going to be the input for, now before it had the output which was only on our LED arrays. This time though, it's going to be a trigger, and that trigger is going to be for an automatic dryer, because that's what we want to be learning about as we go through these early learning stages before we go and make our own things. We go to explore and we go and start to try new things out, get things wrong, and go and build something that we really like. Okay, so we are going to go and make something that is going, when our hand gets close to this, it's going to make the automatic dryer either start or stop. So this is a very simple build. It only took me 5 minutes to make, but we need some code on our microbit for it to work. So first things first, let's go and grab some basics. So I'm going to go on start, and this is going to be an icon so that I've got something on there just for making it look pretty. I'm going to put a smiley face on there, and then I'm going to hit go onto the emulator, and then my emulator is going to show me what I've got on the screen. Next, I need a forever block, and this forever block is so that forever my ultrasonic sensor is on. For my ultrasonic sensor to be on though, I have to make sure that I have the correct extensions for my ultrasonic sensor, which is my Planet X. Now in the last video in the introduction, we learned how to do that. If you've forgotten, that's fine. Go to extensions, and then inside here, just search for Planet X. My keyboard's not working. Planet X, and we get that there. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and it will appear here. Okay, because we want this base. What we want really now is we want some if-else blocks. So we want some if-else blocks in here, because we want something that's going to be, if it's this, then it's that. So if it's less than a certain distance, we want the fan on or off. Okay, so we need some, just a little bit of maths, whether it's bigger than, smaller than, but I think we all know this already. So what we're going to do now is let's go and grab some variables. So variables are here. Variables are something that we can apply, something that changes. So a variable can be called anything, but just for logic's sake, we want this to be input. I'm going to get my keyboard. Input. So I want my input. My input is going to be my ultrasonic sensor. That's the input. This is going to be the output. So my input needs to be set to my ultrasonic sensor. And we did that last time, so we know where that is. So go into my Planet X base. My sensor is my ultrasonic sensor, which is here, and I want that to be in here. And I think this wants to be in the J1 slot, because I've got it in the J1 slot here. Okay. So you can see that this, my emulator is going a bit crazy at the moment. So what I need to do now is I need some bigger than and smaller than inside this true value. And what I need is I need my bigger than and smaller than to be sort of in a range. Therefore, I need it to be this. I need it to be bigger than this, and I need it to be sort of smaller than this. So this, smaller than this, and bigger than this. Okay. So bigger than this and smaller than this. Let's have a look at this. Let's go into my logic, and let's go and get an AND value in there. And you'll notice that the hexagons fit in the hexagon shape, and you'll notice that the ovals fit in the oval shape. So what I want now is I want my input to be smaller than. So I need my variable, which is my input, which is here. We're going to put that in there. Now the ovals don't go in here. They have to go into oval slots. So the oval slots are in here. So what I want this to be is I want this to be bigger than. I know it says smaller than, but we can change it. So drop that into there because it's a hexagon, and then we can make that bigger than. So I want my input to be bigger than, let's say, 4. I got rid of my AND, didn't I? I need my AND. Let me get my AND and drop that in there. There we go. And then I want the other one to be bigger than, let's go and put this bigger than 4. Keyboard's broken still, 4. And then I go and grab my other logic, and I want it to be smaller than, let's say, 20. Now I can right click on this and I can duplicate my block. So I can right click and duplicate my block. So I'm going to do that. Now I want my input to be smaller than, let's be a bit bold, smaller than and less than 20. My keyboard is still broken. So let's go and read this so far. Forever, set my input to be the ultrasonic sensor in the J1 slot, of course. Distance to be centimeters. Let's read the next bit. If I want the input, so if the input, so the distance is sort of more than 4 and less than 20, it's going to have this automatic fan, so it knows I'm going to be sort of there. It's me that's going to be there. So the fan's going to be on when I get a bit close to it. So it's going to be on, so I need to set my motor. So then the motors are in the NESA here. So I'm going to set my motor to be a speed of 100% in the M1 slot. Now the M1 slot, so let me go and do something a bit fancy with my camera for a second. Let's just go change this. There we go. So the M1 slot, you'll notice, is here. So if I can put my finger there. Now these are fiddly to not only put in, but also to get out. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you some tweezers or some pliers to be able to pull that out, because you don't want to be pulling on the wire, because the wire will eventually come out and we'll have to fix it. So what we're going to do is give you some pliers to be able to pull these out. Okay, they're going dead easy. They only go in one way. Let me go put my camera back. Like that. So we want our motor to be at 100%. Okay, and let's go and put some time in there. How long should we put it on for? 5 seconds? I think 5 seconds is fine. Let's go into my basic. And I know I've got some time down here. So we can go and put that on. And we can click on here. And then look, we get different seconds that it can wait before it turns itself off. Which tells us what the next bit's going to be, which is in the else. Okay? This tells me what's going to be in the else, which is going to be if the fan is on, be on for 5 seconds. Else, we want it to turn off, say the battery. So we can go into our NESA and we should have stop motor on the M1 slot. Make sure that they are the same, because if it's on a different slot, it's forever going to be on, or you're going to get an error. So that's good. Now, we had the trouble before with our flashing of this. Now I'm going to go straight into download for this. I'm not going to go and connect the device on the video. We can do that in class, so I'm not going to connect here. I'm going to download as a file. This is my automatic dryer. It's going to go into my downloads here. I'm going to go and save this. Then I'm going to bring up my window so I can see what's going on, my downloads. There we go. And I need to get the hex file, because I didn't get the hex file before. I was trying to put a picture into my hex file. So I want my motion distance indicated. I want my automatic dryer hex, which is there. I've got lots of things in my download. So I'm going to go and get this and drag it over, and it should flash. There we go. You can see it flashing. Now on a Mac, it'd be slightly different, but it's almost the same thing. Right, we know that's happening. And now I'm going to go and put it in the expansion board. Here we are in the expansion board. I'm going to go and turn it on. And I'm going to go and turn it on. So I'll turn the light on. And if I get my window out of the way. Help. Good. So it's on now. So I've got the smiley face. And if I put my hand in front of it at less than between 4 and 20 centimeters, it'll be on for 5 seconds and turn off. Okay, that seems to work pretty well. So again, can we add anything else to it? What could we make? How can we make it better? That's up to you. Let's go and get some good ideas. As always, good luck.